Okay. Welcome back to Let's Talk. Let's Talk is a show that we talk about different subjects that would help you, and we are sharing. It's a platform where we share things that would help you in your everyday life as it is helping me. And please, if you have a subject you would like us to cover, you have questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we will do our best to have guests on the show to cover the topics that you would like covered, and also to answer your questions. Merci parce que vous retournez sous émission En Koze. En Koze, c'est une émission côté n'a parlé de bagages qui capable aider moi-même avec ou dans la vie de chaque jour. Non? For those of you who do not know me, if it's your first time on this platform, my name is Luna Gentil. I am a wife, I am a mother, a minister, and I am a community leader. I love to help people. It is my passion to teach, to coach, and to empower people to be able to help other people. So welcome, and today I have a topic that is dear and close to my heart that I want to share with you. So today we are going to talk about income protection. Income protection, that is our subject for today. Sit back and relax. I hope that you have a great time to learn as we share together. Jodi a nous pral parler de comment pour protéger tête ou comment pour protéger et income, et c'est de ça que nous pral parler. So, nous espérons que ça que nous partagé avec ou a joindre information là-dedans qui bon, et ou même tout ou capable partager avec un l'autre monde. Please share this link if you are on my YouTube channel, if you are on the Facebook, share this link and share the knowledge with somebody else. We are on the platform of Radio Vision Céleste, c'est là que nous y est, and we are Okay, sorry, I am back. Technical difficulties. You know how it is with technology. You do your best, but sometimes it happens. So we are back, and today we want to talk about income protection. And what do we call income protection? There are many names people call it. But life insurance is another name for income protection, but it is so much more than income protection. We want to cover income protection because a lot of us are not covered. Our income are not covered, so our families are not really protected. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is how to protect yourself and your family in case anything happened that you did not foresee. Of course, all of us, we want to live a long life and enjoy retirement and see our children grow up, get married, have children on their own and enjoy a full long life. That is the hope, that's what would happen. But we have to prepare in case that is not what happened. Because one thing is guaranteed: we are all going to die. It's not if you're going to die, it's when you are going to die. So I do not want to put a morbid sense on this episode, but the point is, once you are born, that is one thing you have that is a guaranteed, is that you will at some point in time die. So why do we want to talk about life insurance? Is because when you are protected, you are not just protecting yourself, you are not just making sure that your funeral would be covered. You are also making sure that your family will be protected. So, what is life insurance? Life insurance is the only guarantee that as long as you keep paying your premium and you are still in the term, that if you die, it's a guarantee that you will have that money coming in for whoever you left that money for. And why are we talking about that today? It's because 43% of Americans do not have any type of life insurance at all. 43% of over 300 million people do not have any life insurance. Et jeudi, on a parlé de assurance de vie ou de mort, n'importe gens que vous voulez relire là. Et nous voulons parler de ça parce que en pile là nous-mêmes pas gagné vraiment en connaissance, comprendre comment que le marché et pour qui ça que là nous voulons couvrir, pour qui ça que nous besoin assurance, qui ça que assurance t'a supposé couvrir et puis comment pour faire connaître qui valait assurance que ou besoin. So, c'est ça que n'a parlé de yo même jodi a, et ou même qui t'a gain plus question ou bien ou t'a remet gain assurance ou pas gain assurance, ou capable toujours relé nous après émission en 609 933 74 96 609 933 74 96 et nous capable aider ou avec ça. So today we want to cover what is life insurance for, how much life insurance you're supposed to have, and how do you know how much life insurance you need. Life insurance, a lot of people have the misconception that life insurance is only to cover funeral expenses. At the very, very, very minimum, at the basic, you should have at least enough life insurance to cover your expenses and not leave a burden for those who you are leaving behind. So that would be the very basic for life insurance. And for people who cannot afford more than that, you should at least have this, because if I'm not sure if you are aware that the $255 that the government give when you pass away cannot cover anything at all. Even if you say, well, you can cremate me when I die, that is still thousands of dollars. That is not enough to do anything at all. So life insurance is not just about covering your funeral when you pass. Life insurance, you should have life insurance to cover most, if not everything that you have, all types of assets that you have, in case you die prematurely, in case you die young, you die at an age that you were not expecting. Like we say, we all want to live a long life and retire, but it doesn't always happen like that. So you should have enough life insurance so that if you die next month, you leave your family in a better position than so they would only have to mourn your loss. They wouldn't have to cry twice, because they are, when you don't leave a life insurance and you don't leave money behind for your family, they are crying because they lost somebody they love, and they are also crying because they do not know how they're going to make it. The income that you used to bring is no longer coming in. And on top of that, they have to start either a GoFundMe account or reach out to family and friends to collect enough money for your funeral. This should not be. I know GoFundMe is very popular, but some things we shouldn't leave behind for other people to do for us. We should get our house in order before we pass on. And because we do not know when we will pass, that's why I am talking to you today about life insurance, so that if you did not have life insurance, you can at least start looking into it. Get yourself some life insurance so that you know, if God forbid you close your eyes tomorrow, your family would be protected. They would be in a better position. So life insurance is also called income protection, in the sense that you should have life insurance high enough to cover at least 15 years of your income. So if you are making $4,000 a month, you should multiply that by 12, and then so that would give you the income for a year, and multiply that by 15 to have at least 15 years of income. In case you die, you know that your children, whoever is left behind, would have money at least to cover the income that you used to bring for the next 15 years. Especially if you have young children. If you have young children, you should look at to have at least 20 to 25 years of income covered in your life insurance. When I say income covered, I mean that the life insurance would be enough to cover what would be worth 20 to 25,000 years of what you would make a year of your income. So that is one of the things that life insurance should cover. Especially if you are young, you have a family, you have people depending on you. Even if you don't have children, if you have mother, father, people who depends on you, your income should still be protected, because these people are relying on you bringing income so that their needs can be met. So, le wap cherche assurance, premier bagay pou gade pou wè ki sa ke combien assurance que ou ta supposé gen assurance qui couvri au moins 15 ans nan income que ou fait. So, let's say ou di ou fait $30,000 par année ou bien $50,000 par année. Si c'est $50,000 ou fait par année, ou ta supposé gen assurance qui ka couvri 15 fois 50 qui bon au moins assurance qui pour couvrir et income pour 15 ans. Et tout ton gen ti moun qui pipi si c'est tout ton ta supposé prendre pi plus toujours pour ta gagner pour 20 à 25 ans income qui couvrir nan assurance que ou apprend, qui pour bon on idée de combien comme ou ta supposé gagner nan assurance de vie. what else should be covered in your life insurance. So that would help you to determine how much life insurance you have. First of all, we said that you need to have your funeral covered, 15 to 25 years of income. And also, if you have any debts, if you, let's say you have a house and you still owe $200,000 on that mortgage on that house, you should add that also on your insurance. It is just to give you an idea of how much of life insurance you should have. So to know exactly how much life insurance you need, you would need, ideally, if you could afford it, how much life insurance you would need. You would probably need to have a financial needs analysis done. A financial needs analysis look at the whole picture, not just your funeral costs, not just your income. It look at your debts. If you have a mortgage, if you have car notes, if you have children that you're paying college for, or you are hoping to send to college, if you want to pay for the college funds. It look at the whole picture. It look also at your income and savings that you have, then to put a plan together to tell you, okay, for everything you say you have that you want to protect, this is how much life insurance you should have. Usually a financial needs analysis, if you go to Merrill Lynch or you go to one of the financial services, they charge anywhere between $500 to $1,500 for a financial need analysis to do that for you, because they sit and go through your whole financial situation to put that plan together for you. So they charge for it. But if you are interested in getting a financial, more than happy to sit with you and do complimentary financial need analysis for you. The number is 609-933-7496. Again, it's 609-933-7496. You can call that number and we'll take some time, go over your financial situation and do a financial needs analysis for you that would give you a clear idea, that would give you a plan of where you are right now, based on where you say you want to go, and the shortfall. How much do you need in coverage to make sure that your family is well protected, and also to start putting it into action so that you yourself is covered properly. Also, if you have children, one of the things you can do as well, you can have life insurance for your children. And you would say, well, if I am the one getting an income, why do I need to protect my children? My children don't have any income, therefore I do not need to protect them. We all want our children to bury us. That's the order of things. But things doesn't always go according to the way it should be. Sometimes parents do bury their children. So when you get life, you get your children as a added on your life insurance policy. If God forbid a child die, then you would have not only money for their funeral expenses, but to cover other things as well. As if you need to take time off to grieve properly, the 5 days they give you at work without pay is not enough for you to grieve. So you might want to look into getting life insurance for your children as well. But like I said before, when you are looking at life insurance and said, I want to be fully protected, you should be looking at all type of debts that you have. If you have a lot of credit card debts, you have car loans, you have mortgage, whatever else you have should be included in the amount of life insurance that you need. the older you get, the older your children get, the less life insurance you will need. Why? Because then you have less responsibility. If your children are all grown, you need even less. Your house is paid off, you need less. So it balances out. And that brings me to another point. Life insurance is not once it's set and it's all done. Of course, you have a policy set in place, but sometimes people think, oh, I am good because my policy is set. I got life insurance when I was 20, in my 30s or whatever. But what they do not realize is that if you got life insurance when you were, maybe let's say you were 30 and you were single, now you are married and you have children, the life insurance you had when you first took it, you were single and unmarried, does not cover your needs anymore. So what you can do, you don't have to necessarily cancel the policy you had, because the younger you are, the less you would pay for life insurance. But then you need to add to the life insurance you had before, because now you want to protect your family as well. When you were on your own, you needed less life insurance. Now that you are maybe married, have children, have dependents, you need to make sure that if you die tomorrow, everything would still be taken care of for them. And let's face it, we are in the middle of a pandemic, worldwide pandemic. It's not a stretch to imagine that you could be alive today and in 3 weeks you are dead. I was talking to somebody on Monday and he said, Luna, I was talking to somebody last week. I was talking to them and they was talking to me. They sound okay, and they said, well, you know what? I just found out that I have the virus. Less than a week later, she died. Less than a week later, she went to bed and never woke up. So it is not a stretch to think that, oh, I'm young, that would never happen to me. I am healthy, nothing is going to happen to me. And even if you get both shots, even if you are vaccinated, we heard that some people that got vaccinated still caught the virus. And there is a lot of different variants of the virus that we are not really protected for. So it is not a stretch, even if you are healthy, even if you are vaccinated, to look into protecting your family, and in case you die prematurely, in case you don't live out your whole life the way you think that you have it. And a few things to know when you are looking for life insurance. Some people say, well, you know what? I would love to have life insurance, but it's too expensive. One thing about life insurance, the earlier you get it, the younger you get it, the less expensive it is. So if you're waiting, you say, you know what? When I make more money, when I am more stable financially, I would get life insurance. I would suggest to you that you get a policy that you can afford right now, and when you have more money, then you'll add to the policy or get under the policy to bridge the gap. But don't stay without no life insurance at all just because you said it's expensive. And I will tell you how to get less expensive policy. Ou même qui dit que moi pas gen comme bagan pile comme pour n'y pas ka afford pour prendre assurance de vie, ou bien les m'a fait plus comme m'a fait. Imaginez ou konya dit ou pas gen assez comme pour ta prendre assurance. Comme ou gen si c'est lui même cap bay famille ou manger cap fait toute bagay. Si konya tombe mourir, est-ce qu'on peut quitter moun yo nan plus problème? Ou te déjà dit ou pas gen assez comme pour capable mettre de côté pour assurance, konya sou tombe mourir, moun yo nan plus tête chargée. So n'importe quoi gen nan là ou ka style mettez, même si c'est $50 par mois de côté pour assurance. Si ou pas ka prendre gros, prends petit, mais au moins prends yon bagay. Et nous pral dire comment pour faire joindre assurance côté ou pas payer, ou pas soit capable et offre là soit capable paye pou li ase li men ou pran. Insurance is more expensive if you buy whole life insurance. Whole life insurance is insurance you pay that builds cash value, and a lot of people get attracted to that because they said, oh, cash value, I can take some of that money when I have enough money in my life insurance, enough cash value to take some money out and use it as I see fit. That's the way they portray it, but that is not what it is really. Whole life insurance, yes, has cash value. First of all, it takes, and I will tell you the difference between whole life insurance and term insurance, because there are two types of insurance. Whole life, it goes until you die, and term insurance, and the term might be you can take term for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30, 35 years. You can take terms, and after that period, you can renew the term. But if you do not renew it, you lose it. Some people, I have clients who ask, well, Luna, after the term is over, do I get my money back? I would tell you the same thing I told him. When you pay for car insurance for the whole year, if you do not get into a car accident, you don't get that money back. So no, you do not get your life insurance back. Actually, there are some policies that offer that, but you have to pay much more, and then at the end of the term, they give you only the money that you put into it. It's not in your best interest to do that either, especially if you are struggling to find enough money to buy life insurance. So this is the difference, the general difference between whole life and term insurance. Whole life insurance has built cash value, but it does not build cash value right away. It takes 3 to 5 years before you start having any cash value in whole life insurance, but it costs a whole lot more than term insurance. So if you are struggling to find money, you do not want to buy whole life insurance even if it has cash value in it. So the first thing is, for whole life, it has cash value. Term do not have cash value. But what we encourage people to do is buy term insurance and invest the difference. So if you are going to buy a whole life policy for $100 a month, buy term maybe for $50 a month or $40 and invest the $60 difference, so that at the end you will see the big difference that it makes for you. So for a whole life insurance, it builds cash value after a while, but that cash is not yours. If you want to access it, you have to borrow that money, and then they charge you interest on that money you borrow, and you have to pay it back. If you do not pay that money back, when you die, they take it out of the life insurance amount that you have. So, but when you buy term and invest the difference, if you need money, you can always go into that account and buy and take your money, because that money that you invested is your money. It's not money for the life insurance company. Another difference is that with the whole life insurance, when you die, the life insurance company keep your cash value. So if you have a whole life insurance, if you read the policy, it says they either give you the cash value or the face value of the policy, not both. So if you die, they give your beneficiary the face value. They keep the cash value that keep going up every year. They tell you it's your money, but they get to keep it. So, I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense, but I don't know if it makes sense to you. So they get to keep your cash value because it's money that you're investing for the life insurance company. If you buy term and invest the difference, when you die, not only your beneficiary get the face value of the life insurance policy, but they also get whatever money you invested that was in your account, whatever type of saving account that you had. So to me, it's a no-brainer to buy term and invest the difference. People are attracted to whole life insurance because they say, well, it never runs out, and as long as I live, I keep paying it, and at some point it pays itself. Well, it pays up. A paid up policy is a policy that they pay with the money that they invested for you. So they take that money and keep paying the policy after that time period. When you buy term, let's say you buy term for 30 years. After 30 years, you no longer have life insurance. Well, you could renew it. But if you invest the difference, after 30 years, you will not need life insurance. Why? Because the money that we are investing for you will grow and will grow more than the life insurance that you had in the first place. So you would have enough money in your either retirement account or short-term account, emergency account, whatever the different types of account you have. You will have enough money in those type of accounts so that you can take care of everything. And remember, by the time, the hope is that by the time your 20 or 30 or 35 year policy is over, not only you would have enough money set aside that you can take care of everything, but by that time, if you had a family, your kids would have been, would grow up. They would no longer be under your care. Hopefully your house would have been paid off. So you have much less need for life insurance. And you would have a neg S that is built with the investment that you've been making over the years. So you will not really need life insurance by the time your term is over. So that is, in essence, the main difference between whole life and term. So like we said, whole life insurance is much more expensive. And a lot of people that I know that take whole life insurance cannot keep it up. So you still end up losing your policy if you do not pay for it. So they start out saying, oh, it builds cash value, that's the one I want. And then they take something they cannot afford instead of going term and take something that they can afford. Because when you buy term and invest the difference, if you are in a bind, if you have a money problem, you can say, okay, I will stop investing for now because I cannot afford to keep investing. And then so they stop taking that money out of your account to invest. When you are out of that situation, you go back to investing. But the money that is in the account is yours, and then also you still get to keep your life insurance. So instead of buying something you cannot afford, buy something that you can afford, even if it's less than the amount that you need to start with. Like we said, to know how much insurance you need, give me a call. I would be more than happy to do a financial need analysis for you. I would be more than happy to help you get the life insurance you need. If you only need, and listen, I know some people are thinking, why should I care? When I die, it's up to the people left behind to take care of me. Especially if you are a Christian. I've heard a lot of my brothers and sisters in the Christian faith said, well, I trust God, he'll take care of everything. God never said for us not to be prepared. He never said that we should not take care of the things we know we need to take care of because we have faith. That is not faith. That is carelessness. Proverbs 13, I think it's verse 22, says, a good man leave an inheritance for his grandchildren. So Proverbs is not even talking about your children, that you should leave money for your children. It says that you should leave money for your children and your grandchildren. So how you gonna dare say, well, God will take care of everything, I don't care about what's behind? If you look in the Bible, every time God tells somebody that they were going to die, he said, put your house in order because you are not going to live long. So you and I, we need to put our house in order because we do not know when we're going to die. So that's why I'm talking to you today, is to put your house in order. And life insurance is one of the few vehicles that helps you to put your house in order, to be not only to protect yourself, but also to protect those that you are leaving behind. Because if you are going to do what Proverbs 13 verse 22 say, and leave an inheritance for your children's children, then you have to have life insurance. It's a no-brainer. There is no ifs or buts about it. You need to have life insurance. Pour en pile nan nou même nan mode évangélique là, nan mode chrétien qui dit bon Dieu a take bon Dieu a prend soin tout bagay, m'pa besoin acheter assurance, si m'prend assurance c'est pense m'bral mourir. I have news for you. Ou bral mourir. Ou gen doit pas mourir kounya, gen doit dans 20 ans, gen doit dans 30 ans, gen doit dans 40 ans, nous tout a mourir. Si Jésus peut retourner, nous tout a mourir. C'est pas une question de si m'a mourir, c'est qui leur a mourir. Et surtout avec pandémie ça, qui là, nous, ou gen la lever jodi, ok, dans 3 semaines, maladie a get envoyé aller. Et en pile monde, gon monde t'a parlé avec dernièrement, dit, ben si mourir, yo te met, si yo pas volontaire, me mettre quitter chez manger. Ou pas non pays côté a quitter chez manger bon. Comment, gen de qualité balay nonsense, nous te qu'on dit longtemps que nous besoin quitter derrière. Et pour eux-mêmes, qui dit que ou quoi non bon Dieu, qui dit que bon Dieu a peut-être toute bagaille, la baille comme pour, il dit dans Proverbe 13 verset 22-23, il dit, monde de bien, quitter bien avec l'argent pour petite li. Pas seulement pour petite li, non, pour petite li, monde de bien, bon monde quitter l'argent, quitter pour petite li. Ça veut dire moi-même avant nous pas qu'à dire m'pas besoin pour assurance moun qui derrière enterrer ou pas ta supposé mourir pour moun mettre main en tête pour dire mes amis comment m'va le faire enterrer pour ces collectes y a fait pour ces l'église y a passé corbeille pour li pas supposé. Et nous on te un prophète dans Bible qui te mourir qui te quitté dette. Au lieu pour te quitter un héritage derrière cette dette li te quitté, c'est petite li te vinn pour yo prendre pour y le mettre dans esclavage pour payer dette. La Bible nous en pile et exemple. Ni exemple ça pour nous faire, ni exemple ça pour nous pas faire. So, li bon nous exemple ça, et li montre nous, prophète la vini, li dit madame nan pas quitter comme ça, li te ba madame non business pour capable payer toute dette yo. Moi-même avec qui dit que c'est chrétien nous pas ta supposé à mourir pour n'a quitter mon tête chargée pour qu'on comment pour faire enterrement nous si pour connaître est-ce que mes amis moi même qu'on a un tel mourir quand n'a perdu ça là non li pas supposé comme ça. And one point that I want to make before we come to a close is if you need life insurance. It's not if you do not have life insurance, you need life insurance. Whether you are old or young, it doesn't matter. Actually, you can start getting life insurance as early as 15 years old. Depends on what state you are in. Some state are 16, different state has different age limit. But you can start getting, the younger you get life insurance, the better it is for you because it is cheaper. When you get life insurance, I will go over 2 things that you want to have in your life insurance policy. Make sure that you ask if you are getting a quote, if you are getting a life insurance policy, make sure that you ask for those 2 things if they are at least those 2 things. Until recently, I did not know about the second one. First thing you want to have in your life insurance policy is terminal ill benefit. And that is a rider in the policy that says if you become terminally ill, let's say doctor said you have 6 months to live, they find cancer or whatever type of disease and they said you only have a year to live or 6 months or whatever, that rider in the policy, that clause in the policy says you can get a portion of the life insurance amount to live off while you are still alive. What does that do? And you want to have that in every single policy that you take. I am not sure if all policies come with it, but that gives you peace of mind, so that if, let's say, a doctor said I have a year to live, I don't want to be forcing myself to keep going to work to pay all the bills and to take care of myself and pay for medical, bills that I have to pay. When your life insurance policy has that rider in it, it says, and the life insurance depends on the policy, they will tell you how much money you can get out of the life insurance policy. A lot of them says 40%, 50% of that amount. So let's say you had $500,000 of life insurance and you are terminally ill, you might be able to get $200,000 upfront, so that you don't have to go to work. You can still afford the policy. There will still be money left in the policy when you die for your family to have money to cover all expenses and everything else that needs to be covered. But also, you have money while you are alive. You don't have to stress about money. You don't have to force yourself to go to work, because if you don't work, you will lose the house. You cannot afford your medications. You cannot afford all those things. You want to have that rider, the terminally ill benefit in your life insurance policy, so that if you become terminally ill, you can access the money from the life insurance while you are still alive. So that's the first thing you want to have in your life insurance policy. Second rider you want to have in your policy is the waiver of premium benefit, disability waiver of premium. And that clause says if you become disabled for more than 6 months, you don't have to keep paying the life insurance policy. The policy would pay for itself, and but you will still have that life insurance policy. Why? Because if you are disabled and cannot work, you do not want to worry about, am I going to lose my policy? Because your disability might lead to your death, and you do not want your policy to lapse or to lose your insurance policy just because you are disabled. And that rider, there is a fee for it, but you want to make sure that you have that in case you get into a car accident, you become, something happen where you can no longer work. You want to make sure that you will still have your life insurance policy, and that can couple as well with the terminally ill. If you become disabled and it's something that would lead to your death, you don't want to worry about, what am I going to do to feed myself and feed my family? Those riders will protect you. Not only you have your life insurance policy, but the disability rider would ensure that you have your life insurance policy. The terminally ill rider would make sure that you have money in your hand while you are still alive, and when you pass, your family would have the rest of that money to take care of everything else, including your funeral. So you definitely want to have those two rider into into your policy as a minimum of riders that you can have. And also, when you have your children on your life insurance policy, get a life insurance policy that the children can convert it when they grow older. They can convert it into an insurance policy for themselves. It would be much cheaper for them. And with my company, if you have many children, you only pay for the first one, and up to 8 children, the other 7, they have life insurance policy, and it's free. It is not an incentive for you to go have many more children, but if you need it, it is there. Ou même qui besoin assurance, qui apprend assurance, prend assurance qui gagne la donné en terme qui dit que si docteur joine que ou pral mourir très bientôt, docteur bon on date que peut-être 6 mois, 1 an que ou ap mourir, que ou capable prendre l'argent assurance là avant que ou mourir pour capable rester là car ou pas besoin courir al travail, ou pas besoin forcer tête ou côté ou capable prendre jusqu'à moitié dans l'argent assurance là, si tu gagné en assurance pour 500 000 dollars, yo gen abonner pour 2 à 250 000 dollars la donne si que docteur dit que ou gagne en pile dans nous-mêmes, gagne en pile moun tande qui gagne cancer, qui gagne différents barrières que docteur bayo en période de temps qui dit ou pas vivre plus que 6 mois, plus que 1 an. So si ou prend assurance, make sure que les gagnants ça la donne, les gagnants rider ça, les gagnants close ça terme ça la donne que ou assurance là les gagnants terme côté si ou docteur dit que ou par étant pile temps pour vivre, yo kaba ou motion dans l'argent assurance temps pour capable vivre sous lui et puis reste comme là apprêté pour l'homme mourir pour reste monde qui derrière yo. Et on l'autre terme que vous voulez que gagne on l'autre clause amendement que vous voulez qui gagne assurance que vous apprend ou voulez tout pour yo mettre la donne ou voulez tout pour gagner la donne si ou vinn pas capable de travailler encore ou dans des habilités pour plus que 6 mois côté assurance a continuer payer tête li sans ou même ou pas besoin payer. So vous voulez make sure que ou gagne ça là dans tout pour protéger non seulement tête ou mais pour protéger famille ou tout parce que si ou t'a fait un accident et puis ou vinn pas qu'à conduire ou pas qu'à marcher ou pas qu'à travailler ou pas vle perdre assurance ou parce que qu'on y a ou pas capable à travailler encore ou voulez pour assurance que gagne pour pas seulement protéger dans cas que mourir mais pour protéger tout dans cas que ou pas à travailler encore ou bien docteur dit que ou gon maladie qui a avancé et qui éventuellement après le tuer. Et si on prend assurance, si on voulait prendre assurance pour ti moun tout ou cap l'on prend pour assurance côté le ti moun nan vinn grand puis là c'est à 21 ans gain c'est à 25 ans le ti moun dépasser l'âge ça les capable kembe assurance là pour tête parle parce que la gain en assurance grand monde nan on petit monde qui a très bon pour lui et make sure que assurance ou les gagne ça la donne comme nous dit aussi ou ta vle ou besoin gagne assurance ou pas gagne assurance du tout t'as besoin qu'on est ou bien t'as besoin gros quote ou t'as besoin qu'on est combien si c'est 50 dollars capable et payer par mois et qui valeur assurance ça ka bon moi bon mon call 609 933 74 96 ou bientôt ou capable relais non ou capable monter sur email ou capable email moi à info@luna.com et nous capable et ba ou information info@lunagentil.com ou capable email moi et puis nous capable prendre contact mais puis facile pour capable joindre moi c'est relais dans numéro ça 609 933 74 96. If you would like to get a quote, let's say you say I cannot afford a lot of money, I can only afford $50 a month and I would like to know what would $50 get me in terms of life insurance. Give me a call. I would be more than happy to give you a quote to let you know how much life insurance you can afford. Like I said, better have something than nothing. Nothing is not an option. You want to have life insurance to protect yourself, to protect your children if you have children. You want to have life insurance to protect your house. You want to have life insurance to protect your mom and dad because if you are the one working and your parents are living with you, if you die, they don't just lose your income, they lose a child, but they lose your income and then you leave them with the burden of burying you. That is not right. Please take heed, especially during this time of pandemic, during this time where we do not know what tomorrow will hold. You want to make sure that you are properly protected. You might not be able to get insurance to cover everything you need if you are pressed for money, but you should have something. Something is better than nothing. Give me a call, reach out. You can go on my website lunaconsulting.com. If you want to schedule an appointment, if you need any of my services, feel free to go on the website, schedule an appointment, or call or email. My email is info@lunagentil.com. Info@lunagentil.com. You can reach me by email, you can reach me by phone, you can reach me from my website as well, and you can call this platform or go on my YouTube channel or on the Facebook page as well. There are those different ways where you can get a hold of me. And finally, if you would like, I used to do that for churches, because especially a lot of our communities don't have the proper financial information. If you are an organization, especially churches, I do that a lot for churches, and you would like for your people to have this information, I can do a presentation for you on different financial subjects. Through Zoom, of course. I don't go around anymore in the churches to do that. That's a service that I offer for free. You can take advantage of that. All you have to do, call, and I can schedule with you a Zoom meeting. I am passionate of giving people information. I want to help you so you can help somebody else. We need information. Applied information is knowledge. They said information is knowledge. Not if you do not apply it, it's not. If you hear about insurance, life insurance, and you do not do anything about it, you do not have any power. It is not power if you do not use it. Don't say I cannot afford life insurance. You cannot not have life insurance. You cannot not be able to afford it. I told that to somebody who has a business. I said there are things you just cannot have a business and not have, which is insurance for your business. And he had the business, did not have insurance for the property where the business was located. A pipe busted, he lost everything because he did not have insurance to protect his investment. I had somebody else who had a jewelry store. He had the jewelry store and said he couldn't afford insurance because insurance was too expensive for the jewelry store. He got robbed. He lost all the jewelry, and because he did not have insurance, they could not be replaced. There was nobody for him to call. There was no insurance payout because he said he couldn't afford it. Same thing with life insurance. Don't say you cannot afford it. You cannot afford not to afford it. You cannot afford not to have it. Ou même qui dit que m'bagay kob petit ou konnen bagay yo jan yo ye bagay pas bon. Si ou pas gen kob bon, si ou pas gen kob c'est koun yo pas ka afford pour pas gen assurance. Parce que si ou pas gen kob ou pas gen kob pour quitter derrière, ça veut dire ou pas gen kob pour moun ki derrière si ou gon kay pour pas perdre pour bâti moun yo manger pour faire tout bagay ça yo. C'est comme ça que nous avons campé aujourd'hui. Nous content que vous êtes venu encore sur plateforme now. We are so excited every time you come again. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go on Facebook. Send us a friend request. And as I said, if you want to have something for your organization, you want to have a Zoom conference, you want to have a webinar, reach out to us and we'll be more than glad to accommodate. 609-933-7496. Until next time, please be safe.